this video, I'll be giving a brief overview of how to take your Civil 3D pipe network into storm and sanitary analysis, and then taking your results back into Civil 3D. So in this drawing, you'll see that we have a storm drain pipe network completed. We then went into tool space and created catchment areas. So each of these magenta lines is an area that will drain into a specific catch basin drop inlet. So that area will be calculated using our time of concentration, which comes from this flow path right here. This cyan colored line is a flow path of the water that's going to drain into each inlet. And we also have a roughness coefficient that we specified. So from the area, time of concentration, and roughness coefficient, we can use Q equals CIA to calculate the flow in the pipes. To create catchments, we actually have a one-day storm and sanitary analysis class that you can take, where we go into more detail on how to create all of these items. But you just right-click on catchments, create catchment group, and kind of run through the window to select the area object, select the flow line object, and pick your roughness coefficient. So once you have your pipe networks created for storm drain, and you have your catchment areas created for each of the drop inlets, then you're ready to bring this into storm and sanitary analysis. So if you select the storm drain pipe, any pipe, in your ribbon, you'll see Edit in Storm and Sanitary Analysis. So if you do have that button, you're able to click on it. If not, another method would be going to the Analyze tab and editing or exporting to storm sewers. So I should be able to use in 2024 the method where I select the pipe and go to Edit in Storm and Sanitary Analysis. When you select that button, it'll ask you which pipe network. I'm choosing my storm drain. So what you'll see here is when storm and sanitary analysis opens, you can see the pipe network, and I'll zoom in. So at the manholes, we have junctions where we have pipes in Civil 3D. We have conveyances in storm and sanitary analysis. If you wanted to see information about any of these objects, you could double click on a junction to see invert elevation. You can see actually all the storm drain manholes listed here with invert elevations, rim elevations, etc. If I double click on a conveyance link, this is a pipe. The pipe is a circular pipe, but you could change it if you needed to use culvert or something else. You'll see the length of the pipe, the invert inlet elevation, and the outlet invert elevation. You'll also see the Manning's roughness coefficient, and down here you can see all of your structures listed with their information. Any of these items can be edited, but typically you start in Civil 3D to give it the most information you can before you bring it to SSA. These green symbols are where the catchment areas are stored. So if I double click on one of these green symbols, that particular one has an area of 0.1309 acres. It has a time of concentration, 2.36 minutes, right? So again, all of these drop inlets have an area, runoff coefficient, and time of concentration coming from those catchments that we created in Civil 3D. So let's say everything is set up correctly and it's ready to be analyzed. In my plan view, I'm going to double click on project options. Here's where you check your units and you check your calculation method. So I'm using the rational method. Then I'm going to double click on analysis options. Here's where we specify the length of the analysis. So I'm going to analyze it for 1 day. We're going to start with today's date, and then we're going to end with tomorrow's date. So the analysis duration is 1 day. If you are working in a specific area, you can use IDF curves from that specific area. So I'm going to pretend this is happening in Sacramento. So I'm going to load the IDF curve information from Sacramento. And so it brings in 10-year storm, 25-year storm, 100-year storm. I'm going to analyze for a 100-year storm. If you don't already have an IDF curve file, you can manually input numbers and then save it for the future to be able to load. So here's our Sacramento storm information. I will close that. And now I'm ready to run the analysis. I'll click this Perform Analysis button. All right, success. After you run your analysis, you can open up this profile plot. And I want to draw a profile from the top junction all the way to the bottom. So my starting node will be that first junction. My ending node will be this one at the bottom. It highlights that pipe run, and I'm going to show the plot. So here, if we zoom in closer, we can see that the red line is the energy grade line, and these short blue lines are the hydraulic grade line at each manhole or structure. And so in this design, it looks pretty good. Nothing's overflowing. You can see a little bit of water in the pipe right here, but nothing is terrible. If you did have an area where the water was filling up the pipe and the structure, and you need to make that pipe larger, you can just go back to your plan view. You can double click on any of these conveyance links or pipes, and you can change the diameter of the pipe. Right? And then you can run your analysis again, take a look at that plot again. So in this case, everything is fine. What I do want to do is take the hydraulic grade line and energy grade line back into Civil 3D. So what I'm going to do is go to File, Export, and I'm exporting it to HydroFlow Storm Sewers file. This is the file type that we need to get this back into Civil 3D. I'm going to save it. It's an STM file. I'll save it with my other SSA files. I'm just going to be calling it demo. Success. Then I'm back in Civil 3D. Currently, this is what my profile looks like, just pipe structures and labels. But I want to show the hydraulic grade line and energy grade line. If I had made any pipe size changes, I would also be able to see those changes. So in this case, just looking for those two lines, I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to click Storm Sewers. And I'll pick my demo STM file. And I want to update my existing pipe network. Okay, so again, we didn't make any pipe size changes, but I do want to display the EGL and HGL in the profile view. So that would be coming from the profile. So I just selected a pipe, right click, edit pipe style. In the pipe style window, we want to make sure the display tab view direction is set to profile. And then we can scroll down and see that the HGL and EGL have not been turned on. So for HGL, I'll turn that on. You could put it on a specific layer. For this demo, I'm just going to change the color. I will use cyan. And then energy grade line again, turn it on. You can put it on a specific layer, but I'll just change the color to yellow. And now when I click OK, I can see those lines being displayed. CAD Masters offers online and classroom training for a variety of Autodesk software. For more information, go to www.cadmasters.com or give us a call at 925-939-1378.